At the end of Return of the Jedi, Emperor Palpatine was struck down by his own apprentice, Darth Vader, who subsequently died, sacrificing his life for the life of his son, Luke Skywalker. Palpatine's great second Death Star was destroyed by the Rebel Alliance, and the Imperial forces on the lush forest moon of Endor were defeated. To a cursory eye, it certainly appeared that the rebellion had triumphed entirely over the Empire, leaving it in ruin, and that the war ended neatly there at the end of the sixth film. But that was not the case. The Empire would continue to fight until it finally fell in the Battle of Jakku, 5 years after the Battle of Yavin. This effectively marked the end of the Empire as a unified galactic body, but we would be remiss in claiming that the Empire, its ideals, and its ambitions were extinguished here. While no longer the controlling interest in the galaxy, the fragments of the Empire went underground, so to speak. Various leaders and warlords vied greedily for power, setting up their operations on the fringes of the Outer Rim, where they could evade the attention of the newly formed New Republic. The New Republic sought to be everything that the Empire was not. Democracy would be restored, and all people in the galaxy, not just those in power, would be equally served. However, the New Republic was spread too thin and quickly established a reputation for being negligent and weak. The former trait in particular is what would eventually lead to the rise of the First Order, and the formation of the Resistance to meet it head-on. Many leading members of the New Republic were simply exhausted from fighting and wanted to rest on their hard-earned laurels. Surely the Empire was gone for good and would never, ever return to the galaxy far, far away. Though the complete details of the First Order's rise have yet to be revealed to us, what is known is that the New Republic's unwillingness to pull the weeds of the Empire from their roots is what led to its rise to power. By secretly allying with criminal organizations and dangerous like-minded groups like the Amaxine Warriors, the First Order was able to accrue enough resources over the years to eventually develop into a dire threat to the New Republic. In 28 BBY, the Amaxine Warriors, a secretive paramilitary group that was allied with the First Order, began initiating terror attacks against the New Republic, including bombing a Senate conference meeting. This led then senior populist Senator Leia Organa Solo to personally direct an investigation into the mysterious Amaxine warriors, who turned out to be commanded by an ex-Imperial TIE pilot named Arliss Hadrassian. Hadrassian had allied the Amaxine warriors with the First Order and Nikto crime lord Rinrivandi's cartel. While Hadrassian envisioned the Amaxine warriors to be the heralds of what would become the First Order, in reality the group was only ever meant to sow discord and plant doubt in the New Republic's ability to effectively govern the galaxy. Leia and her allies foiled the plot of the Amaxine warriors, but she was later betrayed by a close friend and centrist Senator Ransolm Casterfo, who publicly revealed the secret parentage of Leia as the daughter of Darth Vader. This revelation led to Leia's resignation from the Senate, ending her long-standing political career. The news also caused dissent in Leia's own family, as that fact had now been revealed to her son, Ben Solo, through the public access HoloNet. Hadrassian, under the corrupt influence of Leia's arch-nemesis, senior centrist Senator Lady Carice Sindian, executed the successful assassination of First Senator Ty Lingar, taking her own life in the attempt. Now convinced that there was something larger and far more deadly looming just beyond the veil, Leia wanted the Senate to authorize the military to hunt down and destroy the remnants of the Empire she knew existed before they grew too powerful. But her pleas fell on deaf and unwilling ears. After the revelation of her father's identity and subsequent removal from the Senate's influence, they accused Leia of warmongering during an age of peace. Realizing that the Senate would never take the necessary action to protect the New Republic, Leia did what she so often had done in her life. She took matters into her own hands. Leia formed a military group known as the Resistance, which would combat the rising threat of the First Order. The First Order gained an aura of legitimacy when a coalition of like-minded New Republic senators, known as the Centrists, seceded from the New Republic and joined the First Order. The First Order began to openly arm itself and conquer swaths of the galaxy, ignoring the weightless threats of the New Republic. This resulted in something of a Cold War, in which both sides were hostile towards one another, with no official fighting taking place. Yet cold became scalding hot when the First Order used their superweapon, Starkiller Base, to destroy the entire Hosnian system, which included the New Republic capital and most of its military. With the New Republic in utter shambles, it fell to the Resistance to combat the First Order. Though they were vastly outnumbered and outgunned, the Resistance managed to destroy Starkiller Base with the help of Han Solo, Chewbacca, First Order defector Finn, and the Scavenger Ray. The destruction of Starkiller Base would rob the First Order of their most devastating weapon. Though a great victory, it would prove to be a fleeting one, as in a matter of days, the First Order would push the Resistance to the edge of annihilation. Thanks to the final heroics of Luke Skywalker that would result in the death of the Great Jedi Master, the vestiges of the Resistance were able to escape certain doom on Crate. The leadership of the Resistance remained intact, and with Leia still at the helm, they were able to regain their strength. After Palpatine revealed himself to the galaxy, all the strength the Resistance could muster was devoted to stopping him and his massive fleet on Exegol. Though they fought valiantly, the Resistance was almost completely destroyed, despite the fact that the battle was won in large part to the appearance of thousands of ships belonging to independent citizens from across the galaxy. So it is here we will find them at the onset of our story. Triumphant, yet battered beyond recognition and tasked with bringing peaceful order to a galaxy in dire need of it. The Resistance will have to find its footing in the chaotic power vacuum created by the fall of the First Order, and solve a litany of problems, both old and new. Will this new iteration of the Resistance rise to the occasion despite the odds, just as it did before, or will it crumble under the weight of chaos and evil?